384 years of service to this great nation. We look back over this past year, and I'm not sure that any of us a year ago when we celebrated this event could have ever envisioned the challenges that we were going to have this year. However, even with the COVID challenges, the men and women of the South Carolina National Guard, both the Army and the Air, and all of our employees that help support this organization have met the challenge. Have been there when we needed them to answer the call. We did have a little bit of a storm that we had to deal with, but not really anything that was pressing to us, especially in light of what we've done over the last 6 to 7 years. We have supported the state, though, in our COVID response. Still have over 400 of our soldiers deployed in support of our pandemic support, primarily to the Department of Health and Environmental Control and the South Carolina Department of Corrections. During that same period of time, we supported with about 500 soldiers here with civil unrest to allow the citizens of the great state of South Carolina to exercise their right to peacefully protest. And we sent about 450 soldiers up to the National Capital Region to allow that same privilege to be exercised. We did all that, and we did the business of the Guard each and every day. We've had to do that a little bit differently. For many, it was an opportunity to learn how to work from the traditional workplace environment. We have worked hard both with our federal and state employees to commute from work, digitally work, and found that we were able to have pretty good success with that. It's not exactly the environment that any of us grew up in or would really want to have, but we found we could make things happen. And I think we've learned some valuable lessons with that on how we can proceed and go forward. We've also, though, had to look at how we deal with challenges on the home front. Many of the schools, even today, are closed or doing things virtually. Daycare is closed, and it's meant that many of our employees have had to go back and readdress how they were going to handle their family situation, babysitting, child care, those type of things there. All in all, though, I think when we look at ourselves as an organization and we look at what we've accomplished, we've looked at the challenges, we should be pretty proud of what we've done. And I think that's really a testament to what the South Carolina National Guard is, what our National Guard is for a nation is. It is there during the most difficult times of its state, in this case of South Carolina, and for the nation. While we were doing all that, we were still continuing to support the warfighter. We now have the vast majority of our soldiers home. One of the largest deployments we've had in recent years, the 4th of the 118th. Those soldiers are back now. We still have soldiers, though, with the 6, 7, 8, 88 that are deployed in Europe. And we look this coming year to have a good part of our Swamp Fox fighter wing deployed in a real world mission, OCONUS. So we've been busy, we are busy, and certainly will be busy going forward into the new year. One of the things that I should have mentioned during my opening comments about successes, had an opportunity this past Friday to visit with our recruiting and retention section as they had their award ceremony. We had an absolutely great year this year on recruiting and retaining soldiers here and airmen in the South Carolina National Guard. I hated, and I mentioned it then, I don't want to put an asterisk behind the success they had during a COVID environment, because that, I think, would diminish the hard work and the effort that our recruiters put forth and the success they had. They had to learn new skills. Normally they would have access to a lot of these young men and women in the public schools. Well, that didn't necessarily happen this year. But they found out how to connect, digitally building networks found out what they needed to do to get the job done. Again, a testament to what the Guard is all about. You know, we look back at our successes over the years, and it's really amazing what the citizen soldier is able to accomplish. We look at the skill sets they bring to us from the civilian world, and when you marry that with a dedicated and capable full-time force, both our AGRs and technicians, there's really no challenge we can't meet. And I think that is another positive of being in the Guard, is that we can get the job done under difficult conditions, and oh, by the way, we take care of each other as a family. And we have found that strained at times for a whole host of reasons, but it seems like the more we get challenged in that regard, the better we respond. So I really appreciate all who have helped meet the challenges that we've had over this past year. And sometimes being pressured, stressed, having to work through difficulty allows you to get better. It makes you look inward as an individual and as an organization to see, are we the best we can be? Am I the best that I can be? Am I giving it my 100% to help get the job done? So all the trials and tribulations that we've had, in the end, will be a better organization for it. We do want to have the ceremonial cutting of the cake and to share to everyone out there a thank you for being a part of this organization. Thank you for being willing to serve whenever, wherever you may be called. And a special thanks to your families. You and I have raised our right hand. We wrote that blank check. But if you're married or have significant others and family, they've kind of been brought along with you in this journey. And they make tremendous sacrifice. Their efforts to support the home front is why we're able to get done what we get done. So thanks to all our families and employers for being a part of us and for allowing us to have another great year and the hope and blessings of an even better next year. So happy birthday to our National Guard, and if y'all would like to come forward, now we'll cut the cake.
One.